Hey, this is Matt with Epic Real Estate, and on the phone I have one of my clients, Parker Stiles. Parker, what was it about real estate that inspired you in the first place?
Oh, man. If I had to pick one thing, I'd say it always stuck with me. My dad would always tell me, you need to figure out how to make money while you're sleeping. And he was in the residential game. That's just kind of what I grew up with. And he would always tell me how cool it was, the idea that, he was making money in his sleep. So I think that's been the number one drive for me.
What was your life like just before you found the Epic Pro Academy?
Just before, I had gotten fired from my industrial real estate job as an agent there. So right when I got fired, I got home. I had heard the podcast, and I told myself if I ever quit or got fired or anything like that, I would do the Epic Pro Academy. And sure enough, the day, probably the hour that I got home, I went ahead and purchased it and never looked back.
How has joining the Epic Pro Academy impacted your business?
Oh, tenfold. Most of all, I would say the most beneficial part of the academy is the networking. The Facebook page is huge that you have access to once you're an Epic Pro Academy member. There's a lot of times when I would try and get a hold of people in my local network, or maybe I had questions and they didn't know how to answer them, and I would just make a quick post on that page, and within 5 minutes I'd have at least a couple responses, and there's just a lot of really seasoned investors on that page. So that's a cool thing to be a part of, as well as all the videos and all the webinars you do. I think those are on there also. For the price, it's an amazing package.
How is it that, since joining the Epic Pro Academy, how's that impacted you personally?
Personally, I don't know. I wouldn't say it was a direct connection between the Epic Pro Academy and my personal life, but indirectly, what the Epic Pro Academy has enabled me to do with my business, and then what my business provides for me now, that has a direct connection with, how my life is now, being able to make my own schedule with the single family and multifamily income properties I have. My wife and I have all of our expenses paid for. We can put down everything and, go on vacation for a couple months and not have to worry about having all of our expenses paid for based on passive income. So I think indirectly it's done a lot.
Well, you might have already answered this, but who else in your life has it impacted?
Yep, definitely the wife. She's super, super conservative. I was finally able to get her to quit her teaching job, 9-to-5 job, and come work with me full time. My parents, I think it's impacted my parents. They're super proud. They were a little skeptical about me not going back to find a traditional job after I got fired.
So with all that said, what would you say is the true value of your results?
I don't know if I'm answering this the right way, but the coolest and most valuable aspect of the results that I've gotten so far is just, we got an Excel spreadsheet. I said this a second ago. We got an Excel spreadsheet, and we put in every single expense that we have, reoccurring expense, from food to insurance to phone bills, even our gym membership, and figured out how much that cost us every single month. And then we acquired enough rental properties using purchasing strategies through your systems, and now we have enough passive income coming in every month to pay for all of those expenses. And the freedom and the weight off your shoulders that happens as soon as you have all of your expenses paid for every month, whether you're working or not, the value in that is endless.
So having the opportunity to make that investment all over again, would you do it?
Definitely. I just did it the other day, going to the Epic Intensive event.
Well, you just answered my next question. I know you came to the Epic Intensive last year. Why were you so intent on coming back again this year?
I was really close to not coming the first year. I'd never been to a event like that, so I was skeptical, didn't know if it was going to be worth it. I wasn't making any money at all, much less I was probably $100,000 in debt or more from the renovations that I had just started. I hadn't made a paycheck yet. But then I went and I met a lot of really quality people that were owning a business or were running a business that I wanted my business to look like 5 years down the road. So, there's a big difference between associating yourself with people who are kind of in the same boat as you, and then associating yourself with people that are in the boat that you want, 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the road. And that's what I got at the Epic event last year. So this year I figured, hey, I still don't know everything. I never will. So might as well keep coming to the event, keep meeting more people that are running a bigger business than I am, and keep learning.
Well, thanks for your time, Parker. I'm going to let you get back to your business, and I'm going to see you soon.
Cool. Sounds good, Matt. Thanks for everything.
All right, bud. Take care.